Top 10 UFC fighters of all time, legends in the octagon. Welcome to Fight Fanatics. Today we're breaking down the top 10 UFC fighters of all time. Yeah, you heard me, all time. This isn't just about who threw the hardest punch or who could choke you out faster than you can say, I tap. No, we're talking about legends. Fighters who've rewritten the history books, shaking up the world, and left a trail of sweat, blood, and tears in the octagon. Or, in some cases, just left their opponents unconscious. Let's dive right in. Number 10. Randy Couture. Now, listen. Randy Couture didn't just fight in the UFC. He practically wrote the blueprint for longevity. The man was fighting top-level competition at 46. I mean, when most people are looking forward to retirement, Randy was out here slamming dudes half his age. Couture became a two-division champ and won the heavyweight title 3 times, proving that dad's strength is a real thing. Respect the man's game. Don't mess with dad. Words to live by, folks. Number 9. Conor McGregor. Oh, the notorious Conor McGregor. The man who turned trash talking into an art form and somehow made $100 million fighting Floyd Mayweather. After all, who needs to defend titles when you're defending a yacht purchase? But don't get it twisted. McGregor was the first UFC fighter to hold 2 belts simultaneously, and that knockout against Aldo, 13 seconds. The only thing faster than that is your Wi-Fi after you reset the router. And love him or hate him, he put MMA on the global stage. Who else do you know that can KO someone and sell whiskey at the same time? Number 8. Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. Mighty Mouse, the flyweight GOAT. Honestly, if you ever watched him fight, you were probably left wondering if this guy had a cheat code. This man pulled off a suplex to armbar combo. He made UFC fights look like a Marvel movie. 11 title defenses and no one came close to his versatility. The DJ was like, oh, you wanna wrestle? Cool. Strike? No problem. Submit you? Sure. Let me just toss you in the air first. Number 7. Stipe Miocic. The heavyweight division isn't for the faint of heart. It's with giants roam and Stipe stood tall. Literally and figuratively. He's a firefighter in his spare time. Like fighting UFC killers isn't already enough of a job. This man beat monsters like Francis Ngannou and Daniel Cormier, while holding the record for most heavyweight title defenses. Miocic's fights were like a Godzilla movie, except Godzilla always ended up on his back. Number 6. Amanda Nunes. The Lioness, aka the most terrifying woman on the planet. If there's a list of UFC fighters you wouldn't want to meet in a dark alley, Amanda Nunes is right at the top. She KO'd Chris Cyborg in under a minute. You know the same Cyborg everyone thought was invincible? Amanda was like, hold my drink. And then she just kept going. Ronda Rousey? Done. Miesha Tate? Done. 2 divisions? Done. The Lioness reigns supreme. Number 5. Daniel Cormier. Daniel DC Cormier, Olympic-level wrestler, 2-division champ, and one of the best commentators in the game. His rivalry with Jon Jones is UFC's version of a soap opera. It's like Days of Our Lives, but with body slams. DC may never have beaten Jones, but let's not forget, he took the heavyweight crown and defended it. He was out here juggling 2 titles like it was just another day at the office. Number 4. Khabib Nurmagomedov. If Sambo was easy, it would be called Jiu-Jitsu. The man was 29-0. Let that sink in. 29 wins, 0 losses. Khabib wrestled bears as a kid and then used those same skills to maul his opponents in the cage. The man didn't just beat people, he suffocated them. Ask Conor. Oh wait, Conor probably doesn't remember half of that fight. Khabib retired undefeated and left the sport with a legacy of absolute dominance. Number 3. Anderson Silva. The Spider, aka the guy who made Matrix moves look easy. Silva could dodge punches like Neo and deliver knockouts like, well, Silva. His 16-fight win streak is still the longest in UFC history. Remember that front kick against Vitor Belfort? Who does that? Anderson Silva, that's who. Number 2. Jon Jones. Now I know what you're thinking. Jon Jones isn't number 1? Well, hold your spinning elbows. Jon Jones is a freak of nature. No one combines striking, wrestling, and pure creativity like him. He's been champ since before half of his current competition had driver's licenses. Sure, he's had his share of controversy outside the cage, but inside the cage, the man's an artist and dangerous. His only loss is from a DQ for an illegal elbow. That's like losing a game because you were too good at it. Number 1. George St-Pierre. Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT. GSP is the most well-rounded fighter we've ever seen. His dominance was so complete that people started avoiding eye contact when talking about welterweights. GSP didn't just beat you, he made you feel like you didn't even belong in the same cage. His wrestling was better than most wrestlers. His striking was better than most strikers. And when he came back after 4 years to win the middleweight title, we all bowed down to the king. GSP is the epitome of greatness. Well, that's it for today, folks. Did your favorite fighter make the list? If not, drop a comment and let me know why I'm wrong, because honestly, it's probably my producer's fault. Anyway, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss another episode of Fight Fanatics. Until next time, keep your hands up and your chin tucked.